Hey there, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making snack trays out of broken skateboards. A little while ago I used to make skateboard coasters, and some friends of mine bought 4 of them off me, and we went around there for some food the other day at a party, and my son decided to grab one and launch it and break it. So I repaired it, which is fine. You don't need to see that because that's literally gluing 2 pieces together. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to make them a tray that matches this. It should look pretty sweet. So, join me as we go ahead and turn these into something a bit more exciting. Okay, so when you are sanding down skateboards, correct PPE on these ones, because there's plastics, varnish, I mean, you don't know what sort of crap's been put on these things. Some people use an angle grinder. I don't have any flat discs for my angle grinder, so I'm just going to be burning through some 120s because that's the lowest grit I've got at the moment on the 50mm sander, or 6-inch I think it is in America. But yeah, crack on. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 boards to do. So let's get through this quickly. Cool, right, that is them all done. I need a better dust extraction system, seriously. This one is awful. Anyway, besides the point, let's move on. We're going to cut these into strips. I think like 20, 25, maybe an inch and a bit. Centimeters wide, and then we'll just start gluing it all up. Okay, so these ones still have their edges on them, so I'm just going to cut those off as soon as I can to get the straightest edge possible. So these are all cut. I need to have half a meter's worth going widthwise, which I don't have. So off screen, I sanded and cut all of these pieces as well because you didn't need to see that again. So from what we had was like 40 centimeters, I now have 54. But once that's compacted, it'll probably be around 52.5, 53. Okay, so we've got our staves, I guess you'd call them. Yeah, staves. And we now need to mix them up so they look aesthetically pleasing. So let's just have a go at that, and then after that we're doing the glue up. So I'm going to go for basically just clear some space and do okay, good. Turn on the workshop lights. Hey, so we're back at it. It's been a couple of days, and we'll see how this is doing. If it actually held together. I had a fear that maybe I didn't sand the top of the skateboards enough, and there was a lot of varnish left over. But I think that's just part of being a woodworker, and you always worry about the worst case scenarios in these situations. So we will see if this holds. Looking pretty good. Oh, I'm happy with that. Nice. Cool. Okay. Let's get it onto the CNC, and we will flatten it down and go from there. Oh, hold on. No, then we're cool. Before I stick it on the CNC, I just have to clean it up, get it a little straighter on all sides. It just makes life a hell of a lot easier. Cool. Right, I have one spot of potential delamination. See if you can see this. Where is it? There. Potentially. We'll see what happens with this. Oh no, there's another one as well. If it happens, it happens, and we just glue it back together. So, because this is a laminated piece, I'm going to use expansion clamps. I think you call these expansion clamps, that's what I call them anyway. Where you literally take a piece of wood, cut it at an angle like that, and then you offset it, and you can hammer this in, and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. Right, so this piece is a lot more shallow than the rest, which is annoying because I wanted this to be 25mm thick, so an inch thick. But this goes down 4mm, and it's currently 30mm, so that would give me like 1mm of tolerance on the other side, which is not enough. Plus, I've got this end to do as well. So I think I'm going to glue in some extra. So I forgot to hit record, but I've just put glue into the gap. And there we go. I knew I didn't have enough lamination. Well, at least we got our answer now. So that's been sanded down. Lots of glue, gluey, gluey, glue, more than you need. I am ruining my spoil board. Well, I wonder if these are the same ones that were delaminated when I had a look at it. I can't remember what colour they were. Well, potentially a new problem that I have created for myself is here and here, some major separation. You can see the flex in that one. I think this is because I had the heater going on the glue to try and speed it up, and it's expanded everything else, and yeah, I've cocked this one up. Right, well, we'll separate out this one, pour a shit ton of glue in, and see where we get to. Well done, Charlie. You subscribe goof. Like, you watch all these other people make stuff out of skateboard blanks, and I swear to God, like, it goes like a dream for them most of the time. I call bullshit. So, I made a slight mistake in the fact that the blank is meant to be... oh dear. So yeah, I made a mistake, and the blank is meant to be 55 centimeters wide. And I've made it 50 centimeters wide because I'm an absolute moron. But I don't have the time or the patience to glue up any more skateboard blanks because it's getting ridiculous now. So, as opposed to having smaller pockets on this design, I'm going to edit it, I think, and show you how fairly easy that is to do in Fusion. So you literally take the extrude button, grab there, and then click to the level you wanted, which is that. And we will do the same for the other side to make some larger pockets. And zoom in again. Bosh. And then run it one more time to get rid of the fuzzies. While the CNC's cracking on with this cut, this is probably a good time to mention where the file came from. I grabbed it straight from cncfiles.com. Now, full disclosure, that's a site I help run, and the whole idea is to give us makers a proper ready-to-go set of files without messing around trying to design everything from scratch. We put a new file up every day, and there's already loads on there. You can literally download something, cut it, and start selling it at markets whilst you're working on your own product line. It's there to help keep things moving in the workshop and lets you get stuff out there quicker. So that took like an hour and 45 minutes to get done, which is quite a long time, but I did like a pretty slim overstep because I just couldn't really be bothered to do a lot of sanding, which is fine. And yeah, we are now just going to hit it with the router, do over the edges, give it a sand, give it some finish, and then we're good to go. So yeah, stick with me whilst I crack on. A couple of issues. Can you see here? I'll show you. Let's make your life easier. There, it's split there, and there. Okay, so I think and it's probably really dumb and there's a better way of doing this, but I'm going to take this out and either I fill it with resin, which I don't really want to do. I mean, it depends how far down the crack goes. I think it goes all the way through, so I'm going to have to... I think I'm going to have to fill it with glue, clamp it, and then we're just going to have to come back to it another day. Yay! This was only meant to take like 2 days to do. So, if you are wondering what I'm doing with a syringe, I'm filling it with glue so that I can get into each of these cracks. I'm hoping this doesn't get me in trouble with YouTube. There's no drugs, it's just glue. Oh Christ, yeah, kids sniff glue. And the plan is to keep it sort of separated with credit cards, or business cards in this case. Yeah, this is totally weird, but I am making like a channel for the glue just to go into. So that's making it bow, which is annoying, but that's the only way it's getting tight. Change plans, I realise I'm being an idiot. I need to clamp this down to something flat on all sides, because otherwise it is just going to be a bowed piece of junk. Not panicking. That's the best we're going to do for the moment. I think you can tell I'm not very happy with how this has turned out. But with the magical power of woodwork, we can always fix it. It's a couple of days later now, back in the workshop, and I haven't taken out the clamps, as you can clearly see, so let's see how well this worked. Cool. Right, I'm happy with that, I think. Let's get some sort of level on it. See that? There you go. Mental. But that's not a problem. We can definitely work with that. And we'll just check for cracks. There's a couple of bits. Yep, we're going to do some putty into the little gaps that are there. Just some black. It should be fairly hidden, just to make it look a little cleaner. Sand it down from there, and we're good to go. Okay. Now, I know this is fairly messy looking, but it will clean up, as I'm sure a lot of you know who have used this stuff before. You really need to just work it in. So you rub it in, and it doesn't shrink much, which is quite nice. Then it sets pretty much like plastic, because it is a resin. Resin polymer clay? So the putty's all put into place. I am now going to clamp this up to try and get some of this bow out again whilst that resin sets. So we're going to just spray it down with a bit of water. Why are you not working, my friend? Subscribe. One thing, it's another. Right, and whilst that sets, I'm going to go to the shops, get some plywood for the next project we're going to be doing. Cool, we are out of clamps, so let's get on with sanding. A little bit of chisel work just to get off some of the hardened resin. So we have finished doing all of that, and we are on to just sticking a logo on the back, as I do with pretty much all of my work. I'm going to use the laser peg for this, just a little small laser that does 10 by 10 area. It's really good. I advise you get one for your workshop. And yeah, after that we can... Oh, no! Mother So we're going to glue this up again. Great. Yeah! So it is out of clamps and it's holding up. It's absolutely fine, but we've got a new problem, which is bow. Awesome, but I'm pretty certain I can just sand it out off the back. And we will go from there to get it into a finished state. Finally, hopefully, we'll see. So yeah, let's get on with it. The rock's taken out of it. Sweet. So I'm just going to give it a quick sanding and then we'll sort out the rest of things. You don't need to watch the sanding really, I don't think. Is anyone else getting an eerie sense of deja vu? So we're going to do the laser engraving now. I'm going to leave this right here for the moment. We're not going to flip it or do any cool things or whatever I do just to stim and yeah. So yeah, we'll bung on my logo and finish it and then we're done. And I'm glad we're done because this has taken way longer than it needed to. I don't know if I'm going to work with skateboards again. Never say never, but it'll be a while, that's for sure. Yeah, that's nice. Cool. So this is it before the finish. And this is what it will look like after. Now we're just going to leave it in there to soak for a little bit. And I'll show you the finished results in a bit. Okay, so it has been quite the adventure to get to this stage. Pulled it out of the dunk tank and we had a problem when I was drying it out. It split again. Another delamination. I think it's time to quit, guys. And that's okay. You know, you can't always win them. And it's all right to step away sometimes. I am incredibly disappointed because this file is awesome. I really, really like it. And it would make an amazing wedding present. But I chose the wrong material to work with, which is such a shame. But you live and you learn. And yes, I know what you're thinking. That looks really nice as well. Why don't you just glue it up? Because quite frankly, I'm done. I'll come back to this another day, maybe. We'll see what happens. But for the moment, like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this adventure with me. And I will see you in the next one. All right. Bye.